So, Jared and I have a unofficial rivalry. Duke, UNC.
Yes, we do.
Neither of us have attended either school.
No.
But we do got family in the Carolinas.
Yes, we do.
But we just Duke, UNC. UNC actually swept Duke this year. I just want to put that out there.
They did that?
We did that.
They did that?
You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't the big tournament.
But neither one of y'all made the
Yeah, but no,
They made it, but they got smacked though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, UNC made it, but y'all was out early.
See, that's why I do the intros because y'all be talking about the bad stuff.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Okay.
my side. Y'all want to bring up the negatives.
Okay.
But
My bad.
They lost by 25.
Yeah, we moving on.
Smoked.
This was the final season. You know what I'm saying, for legendary coach. You know what I'm saying? Roy how many years was he?
In college basketball in total?
Well, yeah, I know he was in college, but how long was he with UNC? Because after Dean Smith left in...
I don't even know what year.
Yeah, it was a while. But Roy was there for a minute, but he finally retired.
About 20 years. I think he was coach of Kansas. There was somebody else.
He was Kansas first, yeah.
He
was in Kansas, and then I think he took over like 18-some years ago.
Right. And he finally retired. You know what I'm saying? Had a, illustrious career. Couple championships, a lot of winning record, all that good stuff. And UNC, did a big thing and hired their first ever black coach for the basketball team.
Yep.
Hubert Davis of the New York Knicks fame.
He also went to UNC.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That is true. So he's an alumni.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure we know he's a Knick.
Yes.
We about to clown him. So,
Yeah.
but during his,
we're gonna blame Dolan for this one too.
During his announcement speech,
it is significant, Steve. It's significant that I'm African American and I'm the head coach here. It's significant. I know that in terms of Division I head coaches all around the country, only 26% of the head coaches for Division I men's basketball are compromised by minorities, specifically African Americans. I know that it is significant that I'm the fourth African American head coach in any sport in the history of the University of North Carolina. I'm very proud to be African American, but I'm also very proud that my wife is white. And I'm very proud that my 3 beautiful, unbelievable kids are a combination of both of us.
For some strange reason, that he needed to mention that.
Because that really has nothing to do with being the first African American.
So let's start with some love. Do we, maybe do y'all feel he was maybe caught up in the moment? He just wanted to find a way to throw her in the conversation?
Nah. Because they didn't ask you nothing about nobody but you. Like they didn't ask you, like, so don't get me wrong, right? So let's say if you wanted to go into how she supported you and maybe how you felt you wouldn't have gotten here without her. That's fine. That's still not what they asked you, but you asked you how does it feel. So if you answered that first, but then you wanted to go and say, hey, there's no way I'm in this seat today if it wasn't for my wife. But you didn't say that. You said you were also proud. You said you were proud. That's how you felt. You said pride is what you said you felt. But you said you were also proud to have a white wife, which I don't see how that ties into basketball. I don't see that ties into being African American, and I don't see how that even ties into being proud. Because what are you proud of? Is that the prize you won? Because people are proud, like when you win the championship, when you win the sweepstakes, when you win the chess match, you have pride in your performance because you won. So now that you've achieved this white wife, what was that prize for? Like you're proud of what? Like I don't understand. Like I definitely don't understand. So I don't think love played into it at all. What it sounded like to me,
I'll try. Help me out.
And what it sounded like to me, what I'm about to say is not about the help.
I tried. Okay.
It's not about the help.
Okay. I tried.
What it sounded like to me was, what he wanted to say was, yo, get that black shit out of here, B. Like, I don't care that it's black.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, and I'm going to tell you why I feel like that.
Okay.
I think he was trying to say, let's get all that out of here. The black part don't matter. Because the reason why I say that is because there is no correlation to the white wife.
Okay.
You know, like there was no, because he had to say I'm also proud, meaning there's a contrast to what, like, not only am I proud to be black, I'm proud to have the white woman too. So that's what maybe it means that he took some exception that black was being highlighted. And I can't fuck with that at all. Like, that broke my heart. That actually didn't break my heart. But it just made me go like, oh my, because like, yo, you know, we're gonna clown the Knicks and, you know, clown the Knicks fan that I still am painstakingly, even though it's
44, right?
Even though, like, you know, I'm having fun with these Knicks this year. You know, Tibbs has done some good things with them, but you know, it's been, and it still is a hard road. But you know, Hubert Davis was part of the glory days. You know, like he played, he played a role. You know, backup two guard, good perimeter shooter. You know, like I was rocking with him for a long time, and then when I saw this, it's like, get this nigga out of here, bro. like.
Jared, your thoughts? You got how you feel?
I ain't gonna
you got any love for him? Do you see a devil's advocate situation that you can play for him?
You know.
Okay.
No.
I tried.
But you know what's funny? I didn't even think about it in the spectrum of rel.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty interesting if you think about it like that. Because I didn't think about it like that. I just thought you know, to quote an old song, things to make you go
Right.
like, it's curious to hear him say that, and honestly, I can kind of see where Rel's coming from in that, because it's like, yeah, it's cool, you know, being the first black person, you know, basketball coach here.
But you know what's also cool?
But you know what's cool? I got a white wife, so like, why would you say that? And it could be a reason of saying, I don't care for, you know, the whole first black thing and so forth. Like, let's not make it about
color.
color.
You know what's interesting? You know how you said that? So could he have.
He could have said that.
He could have said, you know what?
After.
Right. He could have said, hey, you know what? Like, for me, it's not an issue about it being the first black person. You know, like, even though I wouldn't have really liked that either, but
it would have sounded a lot better.
But I couldn't have really been that mad at it. You know, like, you know, it's, but
it would have sounded better if you would have said that after.
Right.
You know,
has he coached anywhere else? He was the assistant coach.
He was assistant coach at UNC for a while.
Yeah.
But as a head coach, no.
Yeah.
But you know, it's for one, it is troubling to hear that, because for years, and I mean for years, I mean, we have lost, and I don't want to go into that, but we have lost black men over white women. You know, we have lost black men over white women. Emmett Till lost his life over a white woman.
And he wasn't even a man.
You know, and he was a boy.
Right.
You know, we have many black people have lost their lives over saying white women. And then we have graduated into the times with integration, and that's cool. Love is love, and I don't give a fuck who you love. That is awesome. But then from integration, then the mindset became, well, if you have somebody white, that means that's status.
Yeah.
That's something to be proud about.
Yeah.
I'm out the hood. I made it, baby. I got a white woman.
Yeah.
Or you know, for a black woman, I got a white man. I got somebody that means, because being white or having somebody that means white, and that's not how everybody perceives it. But some people perceive it as saying that's a stature. Like, I have made it this far in my life. I have myself a white woman. I can only go but so many more places now. My credit will never go below 700. You know, like, and shit like that happens.
And I'm not even going to say that I know that that's how he feels, right? Like, to say, you know, for him to say, well, that he's hyped to have a white. But my thing is, when you say that, what else are we supposed to?
What conclusions do we?
Right, yeah. What else do I get from that? Like, I don't know.
You're right. Well, what conclusions do we draw from that?
Yeah.
It's the meaning. It's the meaning because and especially because we have, you know, and I guarantee you a lot of black women heard that shit, and that shit is triggering.
Sure,
You know,
it has to be.
That is very
Has to
triggering as a black woman. Even as a regular black man, it's triggering to hear some shit like that because it's like, dude, you should
is in the Sunday
like.
place.
It's cool to be proud of your wife. As a husband, you should always be proud of your wife.
Oh, yeah.
So long as she is respectable. But because we know people who are married and have disrespectful wives.
Right.
But if you're watching, thank you for the watch. But
if you're one of those disrespectful wives.
But it's demeaning to it's demeaning to anybody to hear you say I'm proud of my wife is X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
Especially when that's not even the fucking question at hand.
Thank you.
Like there's no need for that shit anyway.
Right.
Now, yes, he could have dispelled it after. He could have went about it a lot different ways, and we all wish he would have went it about as a black person in general. Not as a Knicks fan, as a black man. Period.
Right.
I wish he would have went about that a lot differently by saying, you know, I'm proud to be the head coach of UNC. If he didn't want to go the color route, I'm proud to be the coach of UNC. This is a tremendous feat to be the first African American head coach, because literally you have nothing but time to have these thoughts in your whole speech written down, because you knew that question was going to be there. It wasn't like a surprise, like, oh shit, I am.
Right.
Like,
wait, there was no other black coach.
Like you said, he was an alumni. He was assistant coach. So he knows the legacy.
He knows the
legacy.
So
yeah.
Like,
I mean, he basically was like, you know, don't forget, white people cool too.
Where's Dr. Umar when this happened?
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Umar. Are you totally against interracial relationships?
I am totally against it, and I want to make sure you understand why. It's not because... Cut it out, Envy. Cut it out, Envy.
Don't do that, Envy. I'm going to be having a serious conversation.
We have a name for it. We have a name for it. The Snow Bunny Crisis.
Okay.
I'm against the Snow Bunny Crisis. And I want your white listeners to understand. Because people be trying to say stuff like, he's the black Hitler. I'm not the black Hitler. I am in no way interested in hurting or harming the life of any human, white, Asian, Chinese. I believe in respecting everybody. The reason I'm against interracial marriage, Envy and Charlemagne, is because marriage is an economic contract. It's an economic contract. Most women do not marry down in status. They marry up. And if you don't believe me, show me a rich white woman married to a broke-ass black man. Have you ever seen a rich white woman marry a broke-ass black man? No, you have not, and you never will. Because marriage ain't about love, it's not colorblind, and it is totally economic. So if marriage is an economic unification and a contract, how can we, who don't have enough already, give so much to the white woman and to white people who have already taken too much when we got all these black women out here who will never get married? Only 1 out of every 4 black women in America will ever taste marriage. And half of them who taste marriage will be divorced within 5 years. If you want to save the black family, you have to protect it. And in order to protect it, you have to be against interracial marriage. You can't say, I love the black family, but I don't have a problem with interracial marriage. Interracial marriage is eliminating the black family because it is not providing our women with enough available and able black men to be their husbands.
So it's not just white women. You just feel white women, Asian,
everybody. Nobody should be marrying out the race because there's political consequences, DJ Envy.
So we got no love for
none. It was gone.
I will give love to the fact that he is the coach, and I wish, as a rival, I wish them luck because nobody wants to just keep beating. You know, like I don't want to just say that. Oh, now he's coach. I want us to just beat them 18 straight times. No, I want a rivalry. So I want him to have success.
Right.
I wish UNC still, like, I'm a Jordan fan, so I will always have some love for UNC.
Right.
A little bit of love in my heart. I don't care for them, but I will have a little bit of love for them because Vince Carter and Jordan, those are my guys right there.
Right.
But
I came from that too.
Yeah, it's
a few people did.
He said a few people.
He got a roster back.
Well, whatever. But like
James Worthy,
Big
Game James.
But he ain't Jordan. But
I mean,
he ain't Jordan.
But
But
he not.
so it's yes, it's a proud moment for to say that UNC has a black coach. Cool. Mm-hmm. But you completely shattered that moment right after that. For as high as that moment was, you Stone Cold Steve Austin theme song the shit right after by saying that's my white baby right there.
Mm-hmm. No one was asking nothing about no wives or nothing like that.
I'm proud. I mean, you should be proud of your children there. But like what?
But there was an issue with it was an issue with only blackness being mentioned. That's what I'm saying. That was a problem for him, and you know he, and that shouldn't have been a problem, especially when nobody asked you nothing. Like they just said, because it was that to people is a feat, you know. Because I mean, hey, UNC that the university, the basketball program is decades old, and not to this point, you trying to say there was no black coach. The fact that one finally got in is something to be celebrated and spoken about. So that's why the question was asked,
and the responsibility.
And you can just talk about that. That's fine. That's all right, Hubert. It's okay to only talk about. But you just had to don't forget about the white people too. don't we gotta make sure they get mentioned, because God forbid we leave them out.
And it's I mean, look, I just don't know what is there to gain from that. Like, what is
favor from white people,
and that's what he's going to gain a lot of. Because
that's what you gain from that.
If he starts the season 0-12. They're going to say, he has a white wife, though.
We can't.
Let's give him some time.
We can't fire him already. His wife is white.
Let's give him some time.
So it's
credit.
It was credit.
It's credit.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, that was quick.
There's not much to say about that. I got to hear you, David.